What's up, everybody? Jesse Kass here with you. Brand new episode of Three Man Weave. I've got two very impressive gentlemen to my left. First, we got Nican Robinson, actor and former college basketball player, and my man Blk Tray with his podcast network, Leverage to Chat. Guys, thanks so much for being with me here today. We're just here to drink some beers and talk some basketball and just have some fun.
I've been looking at that beer for about the past 10 minutes.
I think we all. So let's
go wrong with
let's cheers. And I think we're all happy. We're not drinking an IPA. Nican, tell us your feelings about IPAs.
I hate them.
know.
Yeah. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. I don't know why anybody drinks them. I can do any sort of beer. I can do a stout. I could do ales, well, minus the pale ale. I can't do an Indian pale ale. I can't do IPAs. They're filthy. They're too strong. Like, I don't need that much hoppiness in my mouth.
Trey, Blk Tray, what are your feelings?
My feelings towards it, man, I love IPAs. I picked it up in Portland, Oregon. Right now, I can't shake this grapefruit IPA that I picked up from San Diego.
Yeah,
so good.
Before we get too deep in our alcohol analysis podcast, we are here to talk some basketball as well. And it's small world. You know, had talked to both of you guys individually setting this up, and it turns out you guys know a lot of the same people in the same circles. Growing up playing, you played basketball in Oakland growing up. You played in LA. So talk about just some of your connections with each other and how you guys are interconnected through basketball.
It just seems like we connected with everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, Oakland being Northern California, and then Compton, and as a part of Los Angeles County as the Southern California part.
Yeah.
A couple of his classmates and guys that he's played against.
Patrick Christopher, Jamal Boykin, Tripod, stand up, man.
And then my guys, Landry Nix and Jason Grisby and Brandon Walker. A couple of my friends that he knows, and that was the first thing that I asked. I said, hey, I know some people that you may know, and he just like, wow,
yeah,
but that lets you know how small the basketball community is.
Northern California, Southern California is super. Not to the trained eye, it seems like it's the same thing. We're in very different worlds.
Yeah.
But the thing, basketball wise and otherwise, though with basketball we're closing the gap. I feel like we're closing the gap in terms of recognition coming from Northern California. We got some ballers that are coming. I mean, from
our guy Kelvin Potts is, he's
doing his thing.
He's doing his thing.
We got Aaron Gordon. I mean, we got his brother Drew. Well, Drew Gordon is a phenomenal player and always has been. But Aaron Gordon's doing his thing. He's from the Bay. I mean, we've got Damian Lillard. Lillard. We got folks that are just closing gaps. LA's always been a hotbed for basketball.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely we're closing gaps. It seems like also fusing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
I've always been envious of LA play.
Well, you played, obviously you mentioned growing up in Oakland, but you played a little bit in LA at UCLA, and you played with some local guys out here. What was your experience like going from Oakland, coming to UCLA, and playing on a team that had big expectations?
Humbling,
yeah,
but at the same time, humbling.
Double humbling.
Double humbling, because that just in terms of from Josh Shipp to Jordan Farmar. Janelle Rubin is from the Bay Area, but Janelle Rubin was down here. Mike Roll, Luke Richard Bamute, Ryan Hollins. Like all those guys play at such a high level.
Yeah.
And then you're at the highest level, which is UCLA. You know what I'm saying? So coming from the Bay, we also have a high level. We expect a lot from ourselves.
Of course, a lot of pride coming out of it.
A lot of pride. And now you put it to the test against guys who have always been in the spotlight every single day. And that, I mean, it's humbling, but it's also motivating, letting you know that like you are supposed to be here. And guys now have just taken it so much further in the Bay, and they just know they've gotten exposure on national levels. From the Soldiers with Lou Ritchie, and like guys are taking it. They're on another level now. Much different than when I was younger.
Yeah, and going to your time at UCLA, we were talking the other day. You had a great story about intense practice between young Jordan Farmar and even younger Darren Collison.
Practices are fights.
Yeah, absolutely. Always.
Practices are fights. There's another story I just thought about.
Yeah.
I know I'll probably get a phone call, but I have to tell the story. Two of them. So Darren Collison and Jordan Farmar. I remember one of our first spring practices. Where the guards are there, what have you, and Darren Collins is no slouch. Like Darren is one of the best point guards I think I've ever played against. And then you got Jordan Farmar, who was also, one of the best point guards I've ever played against.
Yeah.
And so they're going at it. You got a freshman versus sophomore.
Someone trying not to lose his spot.
Someone trying not to lose their spot, even though they're about to be an All-American, but still trying not to lose their spot. And so they're going at it in practice. We're just going through, I think it's like 2-on-2 drills. And it gets heated, And I remember Jordan being like, you better, talk to the coach, you better tell your freshman, get up off me. You tell your freshman, get up off me. And Darren wasn't backing down. That's the kind of person he is. I mean, he's quiet, but at the same time, he let you know he's super competitive. Yeah. So he was like, or what? Or what you gonna do? Or what? And so I remember that Jordan gave him an elbow.
Oh, man.
And Darren pushed back, and then they went to blows. Now, I'm shorter than both of them. But, I didn't want to see that kind of, I didn't want to see,
have it reach to that level.
Exactly. I really need no bloodshed. So I remember going up, Darren was this big at the time, and I remember going up and picking him up and carrying him all the way to half court, bro, you don't need, just let it go. Nah, man, it's just let it go, let it go. Practice was war. Ryan Hollins one time dunked on, we were about to go on a road trip. I can't remember where, but Ryan Hollins dunked on Lorenzo Mata.
Shouts to Lorenzo
Mata.
I played against him at Southgate.
That's another one of my brothers.
Scrappy,
hard worker, rebounded, the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
I remember he dunked on him. It was nasty, chest to chest, and he ended up I don't know what happened, but Lorenzo upended, boom, just fell on the floor. And and then Ryan was walking away. And practice was war.
Yeah.
Practice was war.
But then sometimes you feel like it has to be like that. The practices need to be
every
part
day.
Of the games that you guys are overly prepared and you bring the best out of each other.
And I'm trying to beat you. I want your spot.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
I want your spot.
Well, the funny thing about college, too, your coach would always play those mind games where they put it might be your boy against you because it's a competition thing. And it's like, you do know that we hang out after this when we get out of practice.
Yeah.
For the most part. And, and Howland had his mind games.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And the rest of the coaches had their mind games. We're not good. The whole thing is, I'm going to turn you, the only way I can get you guys to be together is if I turn you against me.
Yeah. Yeah. Give them something to unify.
Yeah, something I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but it ends up being that way.
Yeah. And I'm sure with a program of that caliber, like you said, the practices are so intense and tough that were there practices that were harder than the games themselves, depending on obviously what team you're playing, but with a level of talent on that roster, it had to be that way sometimes.
Absolutely. I feel like every practice was, I did not play much in my stint at UCLA.
Yeah.
But every practice was harder than a game. I mean, we knew how to push each other's buttons, and then of course the coach bearing down on you, Howland, demanding and pushing you, he covered the clocks.
Yeah.
So you never knew when it was going to end.
You never knew when it was going to end. Yeah. The thing is, though, my body would be like, that's about 3 hours. So, he would start to know, cover the clocks. So you couldn't look up and be like, what time is it?
Yeah, that's my
game. On the other hand, I'd be like, our coach started when he started, and he ended right when he ended. I'm like, oh, man, we're not about to fit all this in. Easy.
Yeah. No, I've seen it, honestly, both ways.
But it also made me, slack off. Mm. You know what I mean?
Clock at a certain point.
For me, playing for intense coaches, a coach that had super demand, that would try to break us and all this, and just mentally prepare me for the next level. And then getting to that level was just like, this is easy. Yeah. It's not hard. But then it's just kind of I questioned the coach that I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have went here.
Yeah.
Because, I should have went to because other coaches that really kind of threaten me and get the best out of me, that's how I played the best for.
And it's different for different players.
Right.
Every player is different. Some respond to coaches that really get up into them and yell, and others need more freedom and can't deal with that. So, Nican, what about you?
I will say that both coaches. So, actually, all three of my coaches. So, from Ben Howland to Ben Braun to Mike Montgomery knew, for the most part, how to push buttons.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're a little heavy-handed.
Yeah.
And it might have been unnecessary, but they knew which buttons to push.
Right.
They knew exactly which buttons to push. I remember my brother, Jerome Randall.
Okay. Jerome Randall's.
A
bucket.
Oh, man. Good Lord of mercy, man. I remember one time, in order to push his buttons, Ben Braun told him that he was going to play me over him. And now, at the time, I didn't want that because, like, I was like, "Yo, you're my brother. I'm pushing you so that you can do what you need to do. Like,
Right.
I'll back you. I don't mind backing you up.
Yeah.
Like, that's not my intent. Is not to overrun your stuff, but I'll play you hard every day." And I remember hearing that and being like, "Oh, well, that's not. No, that's
no,
I don't want to
please.
create dissension. You know what I'm saying? In the locker room, but I'm still gonna push you. But so he pushed his buttons. Like, I'm just if you don't tighten your stuff up, I'm starting here. Yeah, like that's it.
Yeah. But let's transition to the NBA a little bit because we got to talk about that as well. Nican, I know when we were talking last week, you're from the Bay. You're an actual true Warriors fan. Not on the bandwagon. You've been there.
We don't do
forever.
bandwagon hopping stuff.
But
that's a Chris Gatlin.
Yeah. But the most interesting thing I heard when we were talking was that you might not be a fan when they moved to San Francisco.
Warriors moved to San Francisco. I may be pulling my card.
And I thought that was really interesting.
Take Warriors.
Yeah, Trey, I want to know your thoughts on this. Obviously, Oakland and San Francisco, two right next to each other, but two completely different cultures, cities, areas. If they move from one and take that San Francisco, not even the moniker, but they move and play in San Francisco, how many people do you think jump ship? Do you think any?
I don't think anybody would jump ship.
Yeah,
I think it'll still be.
I think they're still going to keep the same fandom, but
Yeah.
I think now with it moving to San Francisco, it's going to push a lot of true Oakland fans away. And what I mean by away, ticket prices are going to go up.
Yeah.
You know,
and they've already gone.
They're already
what I'm talking about, it's going to be
in terms of the connectivity.
It's going to be more tech. Guys in there, the blue collar guys in there, and I'm not sure if you guys have been to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
It's more all electronic this, electronic that, and that's what they're trying to push. The last time I went to, I got a chance to have dinner with Steph, like this time last year, right?
Yeah.
And I was around the Warriors organization around 2007, 2008 with Marcus Williams, and it was completely different. They weren't winning games. You know, Steven Jackson was their lead guy. They just lost Baron Davis. You know,
so right after the We Believe
started point guard at that time, and C.J. Watson was there.
Shout out to my boy DeMar.
Yeah. So right after the We Believe.
Right after the We Believe, it kind of depleted.
We still tried to hold on to the We Believe. It never really left.
Keith Smart was the coach.
Yeah.
And you know, it was just
he should have stayed, man.
Yeah. And it was one of those situations like you can tell like, oh, it's not Hollywood. You can go and do whatever you want. Now it's so high security. You would think Steph is the president. It's just like everything is just the culture. Everything's changed.
If they go to San Francisco, it would be even more so. Because if Steph wanted to walk around, for example, I saw Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant goes to events and whatnot in Oakland all the time.
Yeah.
Like he popped him, JaVale McGee. They pop up. He was at this hip hop. Nobody big was at this place.
Yeah.
You know, just
like a local.
It's just a local
function.
thing. You know, my brother was Nican Robinson. He produces music, and so he was in this this thing with just local hip hop artists put together beats, and they have like this little showcase battle or whatever. And Kevin Durant pops up.
Yeah,
that's gonna be gone if they move to San Francisco. I'm just saying.
Oh, absolutely.
That accessibility, like it's just
Yeah, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna have that true core.
Yeah.
And I say this knowing that I have loved ones and family in San Francisco.
Right.
Love San Francisco.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pull my Warriors card if they move. That's all.
Yeah.
And
so where do you go next?
I don't.
You just follow the game.
I just follow the game and love it. I stick with my Cal Bears. Go Bears. Go Bears. I stick with my Cal Bears, and that's it.
Are you a Raiders fan?
Am I a Raiders fan?
All right.
Am I an A's fan? You want to ask that next? I love the A's.
All right. I'm just making sure. Because me, I only LA teams I like is SC football and UCLA basketball.
You guys have a lot
There's a lot of variety.
But this is the thing. As a kid, as a young kid, I was a front runner. So, I watched a lot of my favorite cartoon was Pro Stars with Wayne Gretzky, MJ, and Bo. So I followed suit. The Bulls in '91, the Cowboys in '90.
And now these are teams you jumped. You were like,
yeah, these are my teams, and I end up staying with them.
That's understandable.
So Deion,
anything with Jordan, anything with Deion, anything with Wayne Gretzky, like that's not bandwagon hopping. That's smart.
I mean, but after that, you gotta look at it like this. Once I chose those teams, they never won again. So it's been like 20-year droughts, and I've never left.
Believe me, I know about droughts too. So my family.
So a lot of people give me a lot of stuff because they're like, "You're from LA. How you don't like the Lakers? How you don't like this?" And I'm like, "Dude, Jordan, Deion, Jeter."
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, honestly, if you pick your team from a young age and you stick with it, that's fine with me. As long as you're not flipping and flopping all over the place.
Not at all. And the NFL right now, I'm kind of like.
Yeah, we talked about that as well.
Can I ask you, or not ask you something? I don't bandwagon now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there are guys who you just can't deny athletically. I am a huge fan right now of LeBron James. Huge fan.
Yeah.
I have not been in the past. This year and the year before last, I was a huge fan and have been a huge fan simply because his skill set.
Well, it's just the impressiveness of consistency.
No. It's not even the consistency. This man has a pull-up jumper. He looks like a guard.
Yeah.
He's showing things he hasn't shown in the first 3 quarters of his career.
Right.
Well, that's what makes just the evolution of his game shows why he's one of the greatest of all time.
God.
And to your point, there were times where I wasn't the biggest fan of LeBron either. I think the Miami thing, obviously, like, I'm pretty young at the time when that happened.
Right.
I'm a Knicks fan, so when that happens, you're hoping he comes there. He does it. Yeah, feelings hurt, whatever. But, I think as you get older and as you watch the game more, you just learn to appreciate it more. So the LeBron thing, like, I'm not into really hating any players. Like, when you're like 14, 15, you're like, man, I hate that guy.
Right.
Now when you watch the games, yeah, there's certain teams I don't like, but I'm more of appreciating someone who's that talented and that good. I think if you're not appreciating it, you're going to miss something.
Right.
Because when he's gone. He's one of the best. And if you watched it and you're just hating the whole time, you're missing something that's pretty incredible.
I'm sitting watching his highlights from last night. Who did they play last night?
Memphis.
They played Memphis. God. Yeah. He's not just bowling to the hole anymore, or bowling to the hole. He has a step back, one dribble pull up.
Yeah.
Pump, like, he's all of a sudden he looks like he's got that old man game.
Yeah. That's evident.
That's
why I said it's fair enough for him to say he can play 6 or 7 more years.
Oh man,
because once he gets to a back to the basket or a mid range, a finesse game, then that's longevity right there. It's going to be right now. He's still taking guys off the dribble. He's finishing above the rim.
Yeah.
Like they just showed a clip, where he dunked on
at Atlanta, where they showed the side by side.
He dunked on Torian Prince, and then he dunked on Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, wow.
Like 10 years apart.
I mean, not Darvin Ham. Sorry, Maurice Evans.
Yeah, but 10 years apart, the same dunk, same elevation, same everything.
But in between those dunks, during the game, once again, he's got this one dribble pull up. He's got these step. He's seasoned. He's got that Lowry's on him.
Yeah. Well, there's certain things with certain players where, like you said, some just have the athleticism, and when it goes away, they're done. But him, first of all, he's so strong that even when his elevation, his jump, his leap is gone, he can still overpower people. Yeah. And he has maybe the best court vision in the league, so he can still pass the ball.
Easily.
He's becoming a better shooter.
My argument was one play last year. He's getting double teamed. And, it wasn't even last year. It was actually earlier this year.
Yeah.
He's getting double teamed, and he makes it across the body.
More than anyone.
No, it's a skip.
Yeah.
And from playing basketball, just in general, how hard it is to make a cross the body pass.
And you're not.
That's one the coaches will tell you not to make.
And it's something that because actually the strength of it is not going to get there. He's zipping it.
Yeah.
And it's only other player I know that can do that is Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Who will be able to do that is Ben Simmons.
That's a fact.
He's the mini LeBron right now. He's got that skill set where, granted, like LeBron early, doesn't have the jumper yet, but the amount of rebounds he's piling up, the way he passes the ball, he has been incredible so far.
But he won't even shoot the ball. Come on! I need just at some point in time he'll definitely get there.
Yeah. But it's got to be that balance where it's good that he doesn't know, or that he does know his limitations.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, he's got to improve on it. But yeah, so far the returns on him have been incredible.
Him teamed up with Joel Embiid, man.
I love Embiid.
One of the sports.
Embiid is the perfect modern sports star.
Seriously,
he's trolling other players on the court after the games, and he's dominating them on the court.
He is like a. I know they say that back to the basket game, big men are dead. The old school post player is dead. That is true. He's the new school post player.
Yeah.
Because not only will he run the floor, not only will he step out and shoot threes. I mean, him stepping out and shooting threes is like, old post players' free throw line extended jump shots that he's have to knock down off of pick and pops, right? But then he'll get you. He's so crafty in the post. It's like watching a magician. It's great.
Yeah.
It's freaking great, man. He'll bang with you and run.
He will.
Yeah.
You can't ask for anything else.
Do you think, I know we're bouncing all over the place a little bit, but you talk about the old school big man. Does that ever make a comeback? We know the game goes through ebbs and flows where...
Absolutely, it will.
Yeah.
It will. I think right now it's just more so, we're enjoying small ball.
Yeah.
And that's what's hot right now, so,
I mean, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean,
Or what I think is there will be places where, back to the basket, old school big men will be valuable.
Yeah.
Somebody will come in the league with a back to the basket game that'll give you a quick 16 paint.
Well, we see one coming up who could be that guy, Marvin Bagley. He's
him.
down low.
So I got the chance to watch Bagley in the Drew League.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, a lot of people say, oh, it's just Pro-Am and da-da-da-da. These guys aren't that, they're not playing serious. When you walk in the gym, who's got it and who don't. This kid knows how to, and when I say so comfortable out there, and he's out there with NBA players, right? I'm like, how's this kid in high school? I know he was bored out there.
And he was, he skipped up a year.
He skipped up a year
Yeah.
just to raise his chances of, he skipped his entire senior year. But the thing was is that he had a soft touch around the rim, great footwork, can spread the floor, easily my number one pick. I like Porter Jr., and unfortunately
he's got
his
that back
yeah.
thing, though, so he
sliding. But
still be top 5.
I like him, and then I like Colin Sexton.
Sexton out of Alabama.
Haven't got a chance to see him yet.
Yeah, he was amazing in that 3-on-5.
This draft is going to be another strong one.
It was 3-on-5, dude. Yeah. He shot 12 for 21, had 40.
They outscored him when they were playing 3-on-5.
Yeah, and they outscored him. like if they would have got at least 2 more minutes, they would have won the game.
That's sad, man. that is sad.
Yeah, we
That
probably
is
would have had to
sad,
send
man.
Minnesota down to D2 though.
Honestly,
that's an automatic demotion
That's an
to D2.
automatic demotion, man. Just put them just NAIA straight up. That is sad.
Yeah, skip all the D2, D3.
And you only win by what, 5? Was it 4 or 5, something like that?
I think it was 5.
5.
Yeah.
How are you gonna win by 5 with 5 players in
And you were up by 12 whenever that incident happened, where all the players got ejected.
Yeah, it was,
which is incredible in itself, if you ask me.
Yeah,
I
remember always wondering, like, hey, this guy's sick or this guy can't play, and yada yada yada. Yeah. And what if this happened? And they're like, yo, the game still goes on. And I was like, nah, that would never happen. And just see that, I was just like, wow.
It was crazy. But it also just brings up bad memories for me. Leaving the bench, ejections, suspensions.
Did you leave the bench?
No, but the Knicks in '97 against the Heat.
That's right.
They were up 3-1. They left the bench. Everyone got suspended for games 6 and 7. They ended up losing that series. They probably would have been to the championship in that year.
Luck, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
I can't complain about the '90s. Those were great times. It's been rough sledding since then, but that one still stings because the whole team got suspended.
Oh, yeah, you're a Knicks fan, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Knicks and unfortunately for me, for both Knicks and Clippers. I had Clipper season tickets growing up, and that was
the curse continues.
Curse continues, but season tickets with Loy Vaught, Terry DeHare, Gary
Loy
Brett.
Okay.
The whole team. Danny Manning through Eric Piakowski. Everyone through that whole stretch.
I mean, is that really bandwagon hopping though? Before I get on you for bandwagon hopping, is that really bandwagon?
No, I'm saying I'm
I am
not bandwagon. I've been with both of those teams since I was however old, 8 years old. So a lot of losing years with that, but gotta stick with it.
My second team is the Spurs. I've always loved the Spurs.
They play beautiful basketball.
I still think that LaMarcus Aldridge needs to go. I'm just saying. I'm
selfish.
Here we go. He's all.
But that's from Portland, so that's another story.
We'll see when Kawhi finally comes
back. I got an off-the-camera story for you on that one.
Can't wait to hear that one. Yeah. But we'll see when Kawhi comes back, whenever that is. But Aldridge has been a beast without him. But when he's been on the court, he has not been the same guy.
Kyle Anderson at that 3 spot.
I don't like Kyle. I think he's too slow.
Boy, his nickname's Slow Mo.
I know, and I still think he's too slow.
Slow-mo.
Slow-mo, yes.
He's got that sloth pace, you know.
He really does.
It's deceptive, man. It's deceptive, man.
No, that's slow.
But high IQ.
Definitely.
That's cool, but if you can't get the pass off, what good's the IQ?
He can. I don't. You know, the thing is, I don't think he struggles with that.
He's made an impact, and
Yeah.
that's the thing with the Spurs.
It's a
You
great
don't know if
plus
Spurs
minus.
players would do it on other teams,
I
but
don't
on the
care about
Spurs,
plus
they
minus.
make it work.
I don't. Well, yeah, they make it work. I think it's the system he's, you know,
Yeah.
that he is in. I don't care about his plus minus. I think he's too slow. I think he's
Fair.
way too slow. I'm sure he's a very nice guy. I preface that, you know, he's too slow.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, before we wrap this thing up, I want to give you guys a chance to plug what you got. Trey, we talked about your podcast network, Leverage to
Absolutely.
Chat. Let us know a little bit about that. I know you got some great ones with basketball friends and nice
Man,
kicks.
so as of right now, man, I'm over, excited, more things to come in 2018. We just got picked up by South by Southwest.
Hey.
So that's a good thing. But yeah, Leverage the Chat features the basketball friends on Mondays. We have on Tuesday, we have the basketball friends also. Wednesdays, Nice Kicks Pod, Waz Speaks. We also have Sorted History. Sorted History is it's amazing. It's about celebrities arrest records and stuff like that. And, yeah, it's interesting. We also have dude. Let me. I don't
Bring it all up.
I don't want to leave anybody out, and that's the thing right now. So I want to make sure that everybody is.
This has replaced paper, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely, we have. How can I forget about Talk Hoops? My man Zach Harper.
Yeah.
We have the Chase Down, which is a Cavs focus pod, the Cleveland Cavaliers pod.
Wow.
We have Light Years for the for the Warriors.
Yeah, the Oakland Warriors. You're
The
right.
Oakland Warriors.
You're
there
right.
You go. And then, how did I blow this? I'm a part of this. Black Opinions Matter Monday with Amina Hassan and
Well, that's
Big
why
Waz
you
and
got the phone
Mariano.
here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we definitely have more shows to come. Let me make sure I got everybody, because this is just it's loading up, man. I think I covered everything. So be on the lookout for Leverage the Chat Network. We're going to be hitting a couple of cities for live shows. Oakland. We'll be in Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Austin, Texas, New York City, Toronto.
Hitting all
you
the
name
places.
it. All the cool places.
Slap
Make sure you
all the
subscribe. Grab your friend's phone, steal your friend's phone, listen, subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a review.
There you go. And Nican, tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you got going on.
Plugs. Let's see. Well, there's one thing I can't say because that's not supposed to be known. But I just finished a feature called Thunder Road, directed by Jim Cummings. Really awesome dude. He's wild. He has a wild imagination. Look out for it coming up in the festivals in the next circuit. I'm not sure if it's going to be this circuit, but the next circuit for sure. And I haven't seen it yet, but I heard previewing it that is pretty goddamn good. So yeah.
I'm sure that it is. I'll be ready to see it in the next circuit, ready to go for that. So and
follow me,
Nican
Nican Robinson at Nican Robinson on Instagram, Twitter, all of that.
Yes.
NICAN,
Follow
not
me
the
right now.
camera.
Yeah, I'll give
Not
him a follow right now.
NICAN Robinson.
Follow Nican Robinson. Follow at Blk Tray. At Jesse_Kass, and if you like radio broadcasts of college basketball, you can hear me on that as well with LMU. But right now, it's going to wrap it up for our show. I think you guys beat me to the punch, so I'm gonna,
I didn't want to finish. I didn't want to finish third, so I got the power.
I finished third, but we'll touch glasses anyway. This has been an episode of 3 Man Weave. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time.